Hello, Leo. Welcome. This is your July 2019 astrology and tarot reading. My name is Ariel, and I welcome you to Dragon Tail Tarot. We're going to start out with just a couple of quick notes. First off, this is a general reading for the month of July, and every Leo may not resonate with the messages that come through, or all the messages may not resonate with every Leo because this is a general reading. However, if they resonate with you, that's wonderful. If they don't, feel free to throw them out. Those are not for you. They are for some other lion out there. So first we're going to call in your guides, your angels, all divine beings of light. Ask them to be here, and thank you so much for helping out with overseeing this wonderful reading for the beautiful sign of Leo. I love you guys. You're such a wonderful heart-ruled sign. Also welcoming in all of your any passed on loved ones or friends that are watching from beyond and are still with you, to bring them in as we work on this reading here. All your helpers and healers, anything that's for your highest and best. I'm just going to start out with pulling one major arcana card to see what comes up as a major theme for this month. Oh wow, Leo, you got the star, and you are a star indeed, because Leo is the one sign that is not ruled necessarily by a planet, but by the sun, which is a star, and so that's why you have such a glow. But this is a wonderful card for the month. This is really showing that there's a balance between the logical mind, which is grounded in the earth, and also of the intuition and the spirituality, so that's coming in from the water. So this is a very positive card that, symbolizes wish fulfillment and all kinds of good stuff coming in. And next I'm going to pull a card from the Druid Animal Oracle to see which animal spirit is most closely aligned with you for the month of July 2019, Leo. Oh wow. Beautiful. Another wonderful card for you. This is one of my favorites. I love all the birds, but this is the symbol of the hawk. So this, of course, is very much to do with long-ranging vision. So if you've been looking at things way too close up, or if you've been getting too caught up in the details or worried about stuff, in the minutiae, it's just kind of a signal, saying to pull back and look at the bigger picture. It shows the sacred fires being burned, so it's also getting rid of anything that isn't for your highest and best. The smoke carries the messages towards the heavens, so it's just a beautiful card. Love that hawk energy. Far-ranging vision. This is, thinking about the future details, the things that are yet to come. And so these are your major planetary patterns for the month, Leo. I'm just taking a peek at all of these. These are really big. You're going to be having some great energy coming in for you as we get ready and get closer to your birthday time of the year, because you all are such summer people. So Mars is actually moving out of Cancer here on the 1st of July into your sign of Leo. So this really brings in a lot of energy, a lot of vitality. You may come across as overly aggressive or overly enthusiastic, because that's really being channeled out through your area of identity and your sense of self. And so your sense of self is very high dynamic, very bright, and really a little impatient. Like things that have been, gotten put on the back burner, or you haven't got completed, you're really feeling the strong urge to get those things done now. And so it's very hard for you to hear people tell you to wait or, hold on, because you're like, no, I've been waiting, I need to go now. I would say that the last 6 weeks or so has actually been lower energy for you. You may have been a lot more emotional, a lot more sensitive. Some of those things are still going to be carrying with you, because this is actually the time of the year where you're clearing out a lot of old energy, a lot of old baggage, especially if it's emotional or more psychic or intuitive, things that have been kind of sticking around in your inner soul or your subconscious. They come up to the surface. So don't be surprised, Leo, if you are more sensitive as well this month. It's not going to be surprising if you need to take a little time to yourself to rest, reflect, cry out what you need to, yell out what you need to, laugh off what you need to. So all of that works. Leo has a great humor and a very generous spirit, so you really do have the ability to kind of laugh things off if they're not too bad, you know? So that's a really positive thing that you can do. This is also a big month of communication because Mercury is also going to be traveling in the sign of Leo this month. We do have a Mercury retrograde, however, that's going to happen from July 7th through the 31st. And during that time, it's not always a great time to initiate something or start something. It's a really good time to go back and finish an old project, however. So we're talking about that already. If there's something that you go, gosh, I just needed to get that done, this is the perfect time to do it. And then after July 31st, you know, the green light's on again, and so anything that you've planned to do during this time, perfect timing. It's a really good time to start doing it. The other thing that's going to be happening, of course, is our big solar eclipse, new moon in Cancer on July 2nd. So that again is going to hit you right in that 12th house. So this is very sensitive. You're very perceptive. This could actually be a very, very psychic week for you, Leo, where you start to really pick up a lot of vibrations and a lot of intensity around you. And it's like you feel other people's feelings like they're your own feelings. If you are creative, which many Leos are, this is also a very fertile time. So it's like if you want to make music or make art or draw a picture, or if you're in dance or theater or any of the arts, perfect time for you. You can channel out a lot of those really sensitive, high emotions through your artwork and through your intuition. So, of course, when we have a solar eclipse, we get a lunar eclipse 2 weeks later. So that's going to hit you in the opposite house of the 6th. This is the house of Virgo energy. So the other thing I would bring into play with this is that you're already going through quite a bit of challenge in this area and a lot of restructuring. Saturn and Pluto are both already moving through that house for you, so please, Leo, do be good to your health, be good to your overall physical being. Make sure to eat well, make sure to take good care of your body, because this is a time when more health issues could potentially arise, and if you're already kind of doing the things that keep it from coming up like that, if you may say, you know, I'm going to make sure I think ahead and, you know, take my vitamins and drink more water and all the different things that will actually keep you in a better place physically, that will help quite a bit. Because it could just be a time right now of lower energy, especially through this month. And that lunar eclipse, Capricorn moon coming up on July 16th, is going to definitely shine a light on any health issues or anything that you should be paying attention to physically. Don't over worry, because you don't want to get into a sense of anxiety, but this is more like an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of the cure. So the more that you can cut it off and just go, you know what, I am going to take care of myself before anything becomes a problem, that would be a great idea. Alright, Leo, so the next thing I'm going to do is go into the tarot and do a spread for you to reflect some of the deeper meaning and some of the ups, downs, ins, outs, all that good stuff that's going to be coming at you for the month of July. Oh wow. So this is a very spiritual month for you, Leo. The first card out is the Master, which is really sort of an ultimate symbol of spiritual wellness and wisdom. This really shows that you've kind of gone through some major stuff and you've really learned some big emotional and spiritual lessons already, and it's crossed by the High Priestess. So you really have some deep inner spiritual knowing. You may not share that with everything. This is part of that 12th house transit for you this month, because that's a lot of Pisces energy, which is a very spiritual kind of mystical sign. So you might be more mystical and more magical this month, Leo, than usual, which I think you can use to great effect. All right, Leo, so the next things that are coming up here from the past position is that you've definitely been moving forward on some of your plans and some of your ideas. This is not, you know, fast movement. This is the Knight of Pentacles, and so he's an earth-based knight. He's one that moves forward slowly but surely. He's actually my favorite of the knights, you know, of the knight suits, because he really doesn't rush in as fast, and therefore whatever he works on and whatever he initiates tends to be more successful. You do have the Devil card crossing over that Knight, so I would think that this would show that anything that you had been working on might have got caught up with, I don't know, anxiety, previous commitment, something or other got you bound up. Maybe something seemed like it was flowing pretty good, or it was moving forward. But like I said, the devil's in the details, right? So, you know, this could really, for you, show that you let something get the best of you, whether it was anxiety, your own worries about fear of success or failure, whether that project would actually be worthy of your time. But I know for Leo, you guys have a very sensitive interior. You have very big hearts. And so many people don't realize that Leo sun signs, they might seem really strong and brave and you know, just sort of like, you know, you can't do anything to knock them over. They're just optimistic and happy all the time. But that's not true. And we know that. We know that you struggle just as much with worrying if you're good enough, and sometimes even a little bit more. That's why Leo puts on that, you know, blustery sort of like, you know, look at me, you know, I'm awesome, because they really don't want to be seen as not great, as not awesome, because, you know, there is that deep fear that they won't somehow succeed or won't be good enough. And Leo can be the ultimate performer, so sometimes the public face that you wear isn't always what you show. But the other thing about this card that I would say is that you really have to remember always to be yourself. Don't worry about what other people think. Sometimes Leo definitely worries a lot about what others think of them. So don't pay attention to that. Listen to your own spirit. Don't try to just, you know, go with the flow and fit in with the crowd just because you think that's what's popular or that's what will bring you success. Because it's really your true soul, your true essence that brings you success always. So on the undercurrent, Leo, we have, for your inner emotions, is the Queen of Waters. So this is very sensitive. Again, I believe that you are in a super sensitive spot right now, and you should really honor that. This is very much releasing thought, releasing worry, being in a more meditative mindset, being in more of an of-the-moment mindset, you know, removing the thought, going into, you know, really more into your body, into your heart, into your spiritual life. I love this card always because the lotus replaces where the mind would be. And so it's really saying, you know, that the mind gets released here. And the card that's overlaying this is a Knight of Wands. So this is a very fast knight. This is a very rapid energy coming in. So I think that really it's like that spiritual life, that spiritual openness, is going to hit you very quickly. This isn't going to be something that's like, oh, eventually I'll get there. Eventually I'll feel my intuition working. No, your intuition's definitely going to be working, especially with that High Priestess, the Master. All of that's coming in to really trigger that inner emotion. The higher mind right here, you're definitely focused on either a relationship, someone that you're either, you know, kind of fancying or you've got a crush on, or this could be even a committed relationship that you're already in, or it means that you would really like to be working in a partnership because you don't like going it alone. And the higher mind is kind of telling you that that is a good thing for you, that that is what you need. And it's overcrossed by the moon sign. So you still feel like it's somewhat obscured. There may still be a feeling like, I really like this person, or I really like them, but I feel like they're maybe hiding something from me, or I don't really know everything that I need to know about them. There's always something a little obscured with the moon, because that's that subconscious. But because it's in a conscious mind position, it means you're very aware of it. It means that you really are like, hey, I know that I don't know, and I need to know. So, you know, it's like you might have to take a tack where you really ask some, you know, questions of your potential mate or your potential business partner or whoever you're looking at. But I think that you know how to do it. I think that you have that subtlety. And I think that you always speak from the heart, which is a wonderful thing about you, Leo. So going into the future position, there is your Wheel of Fortune. That is all about change. It's all about a shift in awareness, a shift in direction. There's always an element of the unknown with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's really saying, you know, be ready. Be ready for a shift in consciousness or awareness or direction. You may think that, oh yeah, I really know where I'm going, and then suddenly you get an opportunity. It opens the whole thing up and you go, wow, okay. I'll be doing something totally different. I didn't even see that coming. Over top of that is the Nine of Wands, which to me tells you to be, you know, again, taking good care of your health, taking care of your good physical side, because you really have a tendency right now, Leo, and going into the immediate future to work yourself a little too hard. And especially with Mars coming up into your sign this cycle, you've got to really pay attention to not get too defensive or to spend too much time arguing with people that you just can't win arguments with. You know, you're not going to be able to convince them of your goodness or that you're a decent person, and so just let it go. Let it go. Don't fall into that, because it's not worth the pain and aggravation and exhaustion that it can potentially bring to you. Okay, so what you should do to approach this is that Eight of Wands. Don't move slow. Oh, about to sneeze. Sorry. But the Eight of Wands is always a rapid motion. It's always a quick moving energy. And it does definitely denote an element of travel, an element of movement. And like we saw already with that Knight of Wands, there's already a lot of movement forward for you. And I think that a big thing that you want to do before you move in quickly, because you do have that tendency, is to make sure that there's no elements of deception. Leo people tend to be very trusting and trustworthy because of that. They don't really understand why do people, you know, why are they deceptive? Why do they lie? Why do they, you know, do anything dishonest? So, you know, it may not cross your mind to kind of vet people before you get, you know, all the way in with your heart. So just take a peek, you know, take a little time, maybe slow down just a touch, because you are moving very quickly this month. Your patience is not at its best right now, because you really do just want to make fast moves. So definitely take a little time and make sure you know who you're getting involved with. Make sure that they're completely above board. And like with Mercury retrograde, don't sign any contracts right now. Get to know what it's all about, or get an expert to look at it for you so that they can give you a better, some better information. Here comes that fabulous card. Everybody's been getting this card, Leo, and now you got it too. So yes, this is all about balance. This is what you need to know about this, and what you need to know about how you deal with the other people in your life. Here's that Justice card. It's all about breakthrough. It's all about balance and harmony this month. I think that that lunar and solar eclipse is just bringing that out so much, where we just are, you know, almost being forced. It's like you have been out of whack in some part of your life. You've been out of balance. Maybe people haven't been treating you well. Maybe you haven't been treating them so well. So whatever isn't going right is going to be brought into balance. And I think that for you, it's on a very tangible physical level. We have that Queen of Pentacles. She's very earth-based, very stable. she really has herself together. She's got money in the bank. She's got plans for the future. She's, creative. She's, flowing. She's in touch with the natural cycles of the universe and of the earth. So this is a fabulous combination right there. And that's really, you need to know that whatever's happening right now, even if it feels chaotic, it's really bringing you into a much greater sense of justice, equality, balance. It's a great combo. I love it. And so I love this one. So here it is. This is the hopes and fears. This is, the wishes and what you hope will happen. So here you go. This is that Empress card, that beautiful, creative, free-flowing energy. To me, this is also very related to love, because in the traditional deck, the Empress carries that heart-shaped Venus shield with the Venus symbol on it. So she's very much about, love and abundance and gratitude. Very perfect for Leo, actually, because Leo, you are so ultimately creative. And I think that there could be a thing where it's like you're hoping that you'll be, in your element. You're hoping you'll be creative and you'll be successful. But of course there's a little fear of, will I be good enough? Will I be able to be a success at this? And I think that really what that's telling you with the Hierophant, this is that card of what do you desire, but it also deals with those kind of like deeper spiritual or emotional commitments. And it's telling you don't give up. Commit to your own spirituality, commit to your own creative life, commit to your own essence and what brings you joy. And, if it brings you joy, it will end up bringing other people joy. That's always the truth. Follow the bliss, Leo. Follow what makes you feel good and makes you feel whole inside, because that's what the world needs, is people who are whole, people who are balanced and really know, hey, this is it. So at the end, I love this, Leo, because here you go. There's the completion card in the outcome position, which is all about finding that little missing piece. You had it all there, and it just took that one piece falling into place. It's modified by the Nine of Cups, which is usually wish fulfillment and things being really good. Of course, in the Osho Zen, it can't be that simple, so it's going to tell you, even if things are looking great on the top, there's still that foundation to consider. I think that things will actually turn out really well, but it's just one of those situations where you don't want to let the foundation go unchecked. You don't want to fall into any sort of complacency about continuing your own development, Leo. Yeah, this is about letting go of an old perspective, of an old clinging to the past. You have to let those things go and bring in that greater abundance. It's a beautiful spread. I really like the cards you got here. So let's pull a few archangels, and we'll see which archangels come up. And I'm going to pull one of those and one oracle card to complete your session today. Alright, Leo, look at that, the prosperity card. Love this too, because it's my name, Archangel Ariel. But your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest dreams into reality. That's what this one's all about. I love that. So let go of those fears. Don't have anxiety about how your abundance is going to come. Just know that it will when you're following your heart. And here it is, the return to the innocent heart. Leo does always often rule children, animals, because they have a real heart for anything that can't protect itself and needs protection. Beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter the universe's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may be shrouding your loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. So anything that's been obscuring you, time to release it. Time to embrace that new prosperity and abundance that are coming in. Well, thank you so much for being here with me today, Leo. This is a brand new channel that I just started. I was born in a Chinese dragon year, so I named it the Dragon Tail Tarot. And I would love it if you would subscribe, like, share if you enjoyed this content, and I will be back with more in the future. Have a wonderful month and take care.